I'm sure say, hey, Kofi, same to you.
Oh, you're wrong because somebody Father's Day.
There you go. Miss Mother's Day. Or say, Kofi, same to you.
So very awful.
And why I'm saying, Mammy, why are there? If your mamma know you whom is a mere matter, your father is and Master Bina, baby, Pia will be mammy, wana, udada, ura breath crank, and grandma winning now, so one hour down the Omonka cracker, Yanko shout. Na on show no mount quatentin. I say, my one can say, who be my papa be our bread dream, not or baby at sir, and the medium assassin. Me say, so say, Bemba be able bread dream, Munam for Gina Baba by Junior, not about papa, sir, at a cheap pill. Until we had a master vine, and then friend Marbury for why. Chidamo bo, ye papa, and Mr. Brefois, no say, a fast acting is not yet done a sea pantima, one so in so big media. Yankupon on show ye pa, and then when Benis said, be doing some on one mamma friend teacher, and then and some idea brown said he can kind a chilcree. Not the Akan was some our rare. Tete pa our rain, you become one some. You wish our rare ahodo. You use why I shall queen fast on a dear friend, a kun, a hero, any a suya for. You bet sending name. I'm a biaco, see if you could hold the asset. Not yet the Casapon who will be a one. Yakusia dian so afa eno ho ama enne dwumadie no enso atumi adimu ebe ekwa enyim ya no yebesia nyima pi afa ware ho ye ka se ayefre kra ayedien ye ka se ni trinsa ani trade a enso sia be dedem danta tamboba edien ntina no age sa nyima we e waware mu ni nyina ye be kirem na so nya ho ntiase nenne ennemafo bia ma wade no ayefo ye ka sa ware na ayefo a se obitumi obi hia se bie mpanifo se bie kumanimu a ejana bia oni kasa je ne namba de be tue betie so mo ware aware na atofo
ma mo bi etia so bi omo ware yen so a na aware na gu on se asantifo akanfo ogidie bi se aware eka emra onyankopon di manipa ento ntoto aware ase enam so ma ebebo bi e fa aware ho ye kwe namba ti bi se mpanisi aware enye nsefufo no aka hwe so ana bi ewu so kwa aware ayede bisa ana ba bia fa ajewa no ehwa ne eja no we ni ye nyima bia nam hyehyɛ de kyerɛ sɛ aware ho hia so nes na mafo no mama aware mai ha kyerɛ sɛ ade akyi abehu ase ye ware yɛ so na aware ne gu enti adesu e besuen e be kyerɛ aware ahodu ewo mu ane kwan afa so aware a aware ne bedi mu na aboa ma so aware no etimi akyɛ ye ba ne saa ebeboa ma nyina so bibia koso ye edi amaye na ansana no na ka ebesuya okunu oyire ani asujafo na ansa ebeba so no pese mpa mabujafo ho na mbuso omo se kotokomu ye ka se aware pa aware eni dia tetetefo aware no se na natie na uchiem se obi ko aware dia na on chase free ochichire ni kofi wo kofi aware ye ka se aware dia
na se ye ko yaka man mu a ye kire aware mu se ene yi die ye betimi aka se nhuma bebre a kire ba ye ko akaman mu a ne ye kire aware mu a ye betimi aka se aware ya mamre kwan ya ye fa so ka oba ne bema ya won free abusua ba akum ebom se oyire ne okum ebra abusuafo ba ko anase abusuafo mienu na ayeden ate ase eno ye betimi aka se ya aware se wo hwa me keka nsem bi wom ya me gina so oba ne bema ya won free abusua ba ko
na se ene mafobia ware o yese bema ne bema oba ne oba no
eno na nya ware eno no ye ponza wo hya se wo ka se nyankopon mrem enti nyankopon mrem no se wo hwa ye ko bible mu a nyankopon onim se adam ebehia eve no odema no wanka se adam nie me ma no adam fufra akan enti kire se e oba ne bema na e wo so mo ye den omo hia na emom enye bema ene bema anase oba ene oba
yo aku na se eche ochichiri kofichini ya asmo kan ye na se nuanu efe busia ba ko entimi mari man ne ya na
entimi ne ye fi se enka fan se ufra sona bismi frasona yentimi enware emani me se me ware asona we asona ne se me ware oyoko asane asehune se frafe ni kwan se asene ni eware asene ne sa eyemusu kese tina kanfo se ni kwan se oba ene be mo fra busuan ko nje se o ma me o ese se asona oyoko asane asachiri o say fa bi ko say free obusun wa ko say asona ni say oyo osona na ba wore me so asona eni o so wa ya asona na wa bi ofri asachiri ana say oyoko
ma me fa bi nka ho de o kan me di bi kan ho a o hu say kan chichiri ne ye hye abusun ase de hu say abusun bi ba say ye kan aduan na abusun ase hu say aduan na abusun no omo ba no omo pie free baabi na ba ye on say omo duru baabi no omo mu pai ebi ko say ebi ko ha enti omo mu na papa ni kire say sa abusun akro na mu e na omo mu ayede apapa enti wo sa kofa obusuani a den mojafra
okay enti abusun
na akanfo no sama ho kwan say so ye be ma betu ma ba ba kope ana say bi do bia wo pe na ye wa wotom betu na be ware du a enya masem wa sika na kire
na me musa be ware say
and you knew I was here so GOB TV Sunni. Open Biasha or your Quabe Quantum for the internet so number gobtv.tv on Sabakan Kama Facebook Live on so called GOB Multimedia. Ubeni Bia Sans na tuning so we had GOB radio on Sabakan na and some yet to petin our sa and so at me akabi amawati. YouTube is over GOBia Ubeni Bina what to reach the Jumeti Shannon say our real ones me a chim say a car real crack and say name say a kwanya akanfo fa so kan oba ani bema on free abusia bakum ebomu na on betna say oyere ene okunu na ma review abusia bakum ni pantimi nware say aduanani ko ware aduanani enye yie o say bia aduanani ana asonani no makabu no mo ware saade be yie edu hwe connect no na santiman kra ebe kan mo maya santiman no ade ba kwa na kanipa bom ye de aware if you say aduanani aware asachiri so akoware kunani ekonani akoware abusia foforo so enti se bia entokwa bisi a enam se meme ye aduanani na more breatio ni se breatio fo ho kan so se me nia no wo se ko boa wo enti enfa wo se na santiman kan mo kra na abusia no ye de eka nyina bu ma ba ko enti abusia ne aware de waka memu no yento na sekwanti ahwe abusia ene ye sase no ya hwe se de aware ehun sem esitie enti no mpanisi bread na wada ho yenko na ntentem so a yenko sua bibi emfa de nti enya eyire ekunu ene asujafo on se krobia asante kotoko gidie bi se aware yakwantu aware yakwantu na abakosem kire se ebere bi ntokwasi wa kan mem ha ntokwa si ye no na se ebinim etupia fa jan ebinim bu omu ketem na se omu dwane ne bra omu dwane omu kotu ensuo kakraka bi omu kotu zo na so omu twa ensuo no saa bra so de ne ye friend bridge no na bi ni ho de ne se friend etwene no ene se wo bodua bi tu ensuo ni so no tumi ade etwa ensuo no koduo ni ho no ana watena so so hyen eni ho no watena so enti dru ho na waso omu twa ensuo no na akwa de ama omu kamde tutu an betoto kana tete de Israel man ko hia ewo eye Misrim asase so obra Yankopon pai epuni ma wo no denso we de yan pai epuni ma wo no edua no twa to so twensuo no edua so no enipa mienu emi mfa so ebrekro no a enti bra mo twensuo no ana warefo wo mi yese da bi omo ntimi ntwensuo no nya omo yiri wo ensuo no ja ho no se ema ne bi yehu enti bema ba ko de adwene ba se ene obekuntuno twene no so na bra okuntuno so a okọ no ne yiri enso ne mu an ho ka fon enyiri ne mu pampe mfa ntwensuo no do sha ase ne kakran mu twa enti de sa ma ware fon nyina twa afi duru ona enware ye no na afi hu kuen fa so betwa efise na omo ne emma na wo ne ma ne ma no ma de ntimi nyade enko benkrom se ya ware fon ntimi ekọ benkrom no ti ko ba sa na se akwese dodo na kenso ne ja enti wo ma mutimi twensuo no do kuntu ho no be ma no ane efre ne sei okunu anam se oba no yire be ma ne munti na efre ne sei oyire na wona eka esuo ja ho no ne efre mu de esujafo na se mo ka ensuo ne ja ane efre mu esujafo enta ba ka mem ma ene nke die mi se o ni ho kan ni obi ware obi a ye se o mu ya ware fo na se ni ho kan ni na mo de ntie mem ebenya okunu oyire ene esujafo no ene ne yabe ade a kyerɛw ɛwɔ tete obi kyerɛ dwumadie so ɔsɛ aka kyerɛ sɛ tete obi kyerɛ so de ye mo nsɛm mɔkwa ana ade asɛm ye bia amamram mani mu a ensɛ be ye pie no wanhwe ya okura no ho ebetimi adwirew na mame hwɛ sɛ no ba ko bia mbɛka ho a asɛm bia ye ka no sɛ kasa ene nyemu ɔnsɛ Grandpa say, Obi Kasa, no Jebu Moso, Casan Yemu, Casan Yemu. Now, ye Casa me or bra, Senka make us say, and I will be Bonko, will be doing Commander as Sembian Coso can one can. Now, O Quaco for Abishim. And then Penny say, Reference up of any day, Yanchi. So, and I'm already, me, I'm a penny back, or by your chamber will take it for the associate say, I just over connect now. There was all connect the Hong Kong, the other me, I found the Abishim. So, now, Casa enemy, Yamuna, I can, ya says Akasano. You cannot say, Casa enemy, Jamu, Tienier, and Indiano Esset, Nansunya Ninya, Moo, and a Ninyamu, and then my fucking say Cassan in Yamu, Yankansa, a Cassan in Yamu, ye ah, Ninya Moo, ye ah, Ninyamu, and ye Casa and in Yamu Nemum, and ye Cassan in Yamu, a bayer, ye no. Yansan and so. Now you came before swap, ye this I can say, and so a bit to me. Edi Juma. Ni na free kasa nkro so. Na kasa nkro fa so na so ka so anu ahye da. Kasa nkro fa so na so e ka ho. Yes am fa wintwa to na yemra kokodi ase sa. Ye ka se obi di bibi hyenfre a. Ye se o ade o edi odi no hyenfre. Na chese sa ade no owo bebre e wo ho. Owo pi ebu ni so. So, ni mpani se kompo anu a ye di anya hyenfre. O kompo anu so nsuo ye di ni hyenfre. So ati ase na che se okodu po anu a anya bebre de e wo hono so okodu po anu a enso pie de e wo ho enti obu ho no a ni wodrop mu o wontuma bebre o anti asmesi na ase anti obenchen de wo di ntuma hyenfre na che se o ade ni pii e wo hono nti saka sawe so sie de dwuma ye nhya ne so ni kwan a ye befa so a ye di bedi dwuma ama Asante kasa no ayede tito bi che dwuma di esu ye se be ma Asante kasa amamre ni amane ayede na yehwam na bia obi ano wonso wani agye ho GOB TV so ana wo hwe sana GOB radio so be tie nka Facebook live wo hwe GOB multimedia won sabekan na edi dwumadie na bromedi edi na nakokoto na na kosika de nyamenie ana teacher kopichini ni intentem so a yekọ koko diase na yenkodi agro kakra wo yewie beba na ye di awade akodo ayewo awa kamam hanum bi no aba be maw ama bibia kosie enti teacher kopichini Koko, as you do go the Asiana Kuyagudi, Hana Mofran here, no Yana Umaniji Home, had you dear group beer, if I crabose, yet a damning or a knee, I'll go to Favron and to a tray and to a bocola. Nina, baby, you have a bocola. We never train my teacher, Nana, and Casaquano. As I read because the same to be not a chief with your own shame, you Casaquan on Tiasia, no who says it yet. Okay. Ye kasa kasakwa ye nsem bia emudo na ye ka ede hinta enkokoa anase nkwada se udi asem no achi a ubeti anase obefum kwan na se wodi mi mfa asem pono a enkyere asem na se
na emom no age se obi ana adwe mu do ayesebe age se untimi mfa asem na enkyere ase na emom no age se wodi tutu asem na asie no hu ansa no hu ye nipa kwani eden e pa kire sa na kasakwa so eden etie
akọ wi ale kasakwa ho na nko ni wi ara okay na teacher ko fi aka ni na na bi won so no yan chance se empanifo esu se uyo obi a okasa gitiw etimdi kasakwa ani be edi dwuma na se uyo obi a uti abobew uyo obi a woni nyansa uyo obi a wadwumi eden uti abobew Charlie say we obi a wadwin moto o se we so ye kasakwani bia we obi a wo sabe wonnim nyansa na wo hyehyɛ saa de we to ho se on se empaniti akokɔ nto bedwam so entinsem wo ho na ni asem bia abofra ehunu ananya asem ya abofra ti ase ye ka asem bi ni abase ye di sie abofra bia ni akon akasa no se bia abofra no hu asem pote a ye kan sabe akoye se opani opesa okona sabe kokogya onan so ni min kan say na ma for kan say be koye we no so and you can say oh be koye mrekuma
e to da cross me ko bia so
be ko bia so na me ko chia na no so abofra to na teso o ko jawa o ko yi mrekuma wa hwe o fa tai kra de go chia o fa scan de go chi as now o ade kra o kwa koye we de emre bi na na wo fi am say na me ko bia so ama me ko ba no so ko ohudie bi wo o say me e de wo ko water closet no e bi na wo so ko ohudie bi wo na say de se ni sa kapasa na twam na say de bi na ni twam ya na say na no ani me ko na
de no ba de kan no dia so dia o so no ko kutu dia so na ai se bi te mamo ha de say no
going to the ladies.
I'm going to washroom now. I'm going to book Jerry. I'm going to the ladies. I'm going to the ladies. There's a good for Tom and Numa. There's a couple and a different. It's Casakwana, who's Sam, and no, na Casakwan, you know who do a Briacan, and you know, and ABC, and why they can crab in the ABC, and a rock council. So, yeah, Babby and a rock council, because he said, teacher of video Casakwa. Na kusika atrase o ya na akunsu ne kasa kwa ba na teacher kofi atrase o mu wi a misuma kasa kwa ba kwa person dima ebusianfo ahwe nyina ne ahesa nso betimi edward nkyere aba amaya de akenkan edi amawa edi teacher kofi nana maminya mamo na mo fanhye so
yo pia ye sha ase a medika busa nana kusika de nyame se ye kase osuo beton ne a na ye patrese ye kasa kwa
Teacher Coffee,
Nana,
Sampany Casse, and Silverton, has a nano, as same do be see.
Piao, Sani a patcher, enti say uno be enam, and I say uno be a dim common. Now, Ocasio will say a nadia in Silverton. Now, I say, Umuse, and now some panading, eba. Can Chicheno, and I say, Canina Michadiano. I told that a chef for the Trishia, Yana, a school cranny be a day, a war. Enti yani e pese ye kase enne de ye tua ye ka na ye kase ye tua ye ka ya na nkura no ye se enne de se ma misika se ma misi enti na ya ka boa no enne de osuo beto esi sa nkura ni gina ho no ma se de na muken nsuo na beto ye hwe wie ma sa na ya ka ya de e de aboa sa na kasa kwana etie
okay
obichi obidinsa abodiem
ye kasa obi di nsa abodue ma kyerese nipa ko no aka de yenka
memem kasa bia enka dia bi si ho na wototo nsa na akobom
na na wo so ko ha opasem
sa
asem ma chikra na oje so ntinya asem bia so na eka wo aka na asem o de beche wo nso aka na asem a lai on fa nchew nti wo aka asem a ofa no wo nso aka na asem o jija wo ho se asem we de ni kwase nka meka na se aje ne nsem o ja se
enunti ana meka cho se untimi ni asemtuodo no so anase asemia no so emfa nchi age se uyo obi a waadwe mu do ansa na watimi ayeden watimi achi okay ye wo kasakwa bi e ka ne se na no otro e kire se
se bin ka so bia no otro se na no enye du ntimi fa asem ensie
sa pepepe uni obi di nkomo ade be chinka ukoka kire ayi FMFO yukra nkeye obia beti sa nipa ko ne ka ne se na no otro na emumanye se wakodi ayoyo bi anase wakodi mkuruma bi na na no aye totrotro sa
obichini be ka se asem asi ahye osansa achi a na kire se
hai ma se ejachi osansa achi
kire se me de sa be we de sa kasakwa we de menti ase nti se wo be boa me a nana betoma
na na ebuwa no
e ka se
bi nya no ma no
e ka se eja ahye osansa achi a na je se se nipa no asem a edini bi akantan no so asem a edini bi akantan no akoy se nka ye wa sisi e na obi be frame no betima homem na omo anye se adiboni bi na asem din bi ede esimechi obi yesi eja ahye osansa achi ana se mpo ye wa he ye de dwumadie na bi boni bi atwe anse be dwuma ka se eja ede ahye osansa achi
piano na wo ye jeje shima cha
nana oh say unti ye fa agwa ni nko na we etutu ga ede me sua ade papa me kura me kira ade no so me so me sua ade
sa se me dika ka cho se tito be chiri dwumadie so de ye mon se mo kwa ani ba ye di ani so no na ye sua ade enti no ye to aso na ede
ye wo kasa kwa bi e ka ni se sum oba no
oba ya mes makusika o
da be anya ni sa James enyina asem no so fanchirase
tu ko sum oba na e kasakwa e hwe se pata oba no mara pata bi e kan se compensation e wo e pata kasem ata se
enti se bia wafa oyirachi se bia kire no wafa na chi no na wachew wase pata na e me gem pata se ene e kan se o pata oba no anase sum oba no enti usum no e kire se we de o pata
me pempin so etasi e wo awade mu bra be ma no ana awareja ya aba
sa
ani esi sum oba no na eno no na mame ni se me nkyerem kakra de tie ne se on se so konwura mu kura se bode ebo kuma de sum body no yesum no ene se
ye be kura ebu ni se usum body ayde
sum kwadu wodi dua esi wo agye body na abonse de be ya embunto na atumi anyini kama enti bra ujai oba no ose odi ade bi ebo na tenase odi ade bi eman se ye be ya sempo adwuma no wo ye na tete wotumi ayde atam no wodi die ena wodi sum no ama ni gina brem no wotime gina yie eno ene sumoba no we dey mumu chacho ba
ojai no so gina baby yie it me sem watie fo anya ne se oba ni gina no ma no akọ wa
anja no bi akọ woni ti
ene ti obi kira bedwafo ya be agu ho no bi ama mo nana
we chacho ye
bani for the sem bia hinta se na so maka ko no de ahye botom se obo ni tushire
chese onfa hye ho oh
Kofi akuso pacho ako ya che na
oh Kofi
ene wodi nkunim se
na ko teacher Kofi dey pa won tu shire e kwa no ho ha no Kofi o dey kwa no ho
se wodi nkunim e bi se me di shire e be toto ho di achi ade e fitaa bi achi
o ya ben ase o ya ben so hu kwan ni bi se
sa me so na ebo am ye ina ye si ade
ase na ni agye wo ni
nkunim na aba
nkunim ma kira se so bitu wase nkunim bai
me si wadi me nka nkunim me si wadi
na bi ti Kofi we dey ma me nchirem na de we dey asigire ye ti ade se ye ka so bia bo ni tu shire a ene gie na ba na nso woni tirim so na ni agye woni tirim ma wa hwe hu se na ni agye na so ni tirim ye sabio se o ye de to asem tra ho ni akire mu a also bi bo ni tu shire a hu if you say otono egu entumemu tini o mami chire o mani chire egu entumemu eze moda na sabi bo me to parida kra na enya dia be parida
na me say ada chese wunti amamre da enye wo da na enye da amamre akwachafa na se titi obi chire fo
enti mi me ka say
what about powder
ukromfo osu hini osuda na enye da bisa bo abeto na bisa
sorry I say enti no na me chire mu say wabo tu shire ni chire say asewasi na ni agye zo ni ayede agye e woni tiri ne say wabo ni tu shire enti mpempi na asem bitimi si ebi ho no ma obi di dwuma bi ezo ja woni wabo tu shire no tifi na say na ni agye woni tim no ayede o enti ni baby ndi abosiafo kokko di ase enu ye kosia de ye san ekokogye ye ni ye kosia kasakwa ene kasakwa ho do bi a ye betimi aka some ka kire o say dwumadie ye ne wo ana edi ye say mpanize bi ba nusu a emia ana satia so kro emutu fom emfa de enti ye kase ye nkwa edi dwumadie ya dabi enye yi abane takra ene ma ne kese enti no ebra nso o hwe ye betimi di wadwe nkire aba na de me so me wo ma abusiafo etie nyina ne say kasakwa ye kan say ye kase bosumi awia obi a eno akire say ye hwese ode wadwe nkire ebeba gobtv.tv ukoko ma wetni ahwe na audio comment no anas wadwe nkire egwom sanso ana okọ Facebook a gob multimedia be hu adwe nkire bi e wo no obetimi enso ede aba na bibia akosuye ede amount enti ntantam so ayenko na yenkosua awade ahoduo bi a yewo ewo ya kan memu anomo na onse yewo ayete afensi ne wo asiwa yewo kuna wade ewo honomo anye wo awarepa enso kyese edoso yewo aware pia betimi aka ho asem na ebrani ntino ye kona kakra ka no ye de abobo aware ahoduo ni bi so nyame admada se ne hia ye de aka no ebetua wo so mama hyase emfri teacher Kofi won teacher
nana
ye be ni obo ba koso wi a na eku abo ba koso sa kosi se
ene de ye nchirim
ene de ye be chirim wo ye obo a no chirim kakra se bia ye kase kuna ware kra na kuna ware e ya ware be
tie ni
kakra na se ye hunu se de ye hunsem no esitie ene na wudi kan dia fan
nana mama ndi kan hyase emfri mama nchia obi bia wo hwewe efi se echitafo no na ma dwumadi ekoso se omo nkan ho anka dwumadi ke yakwa nti obi bia o cha dwumadi we echi no yede na se ye pa na ye kasa aware ahodo na asa aware ahodo a ye ntimi mfa ye ni nkosi aware ahodo so nko a aware ahodo wo wiase nyina no egu ahodo miensa se mi kire mu a ewiase nyina no ye wo kramofo de wo ye wo asorifo de wo ene ye wo amamre susu de eden ewo ho
am kire mu se ye be ka amamre de na wo amamre ni so ye wo ahodo bi ye de ewo ti kire fo nhyɛ ne so se ye me kire sebe awade bia mu se kotoko aware na wo kotoko aware nim no ye wo aware ahodo eno bi na bobo so se ye kuna ye wo ayete ye wo aware be brinti teacher
nana enti ye wo aware bi a friend no se ayete aware yetimi so friend yetimi sa friend se ntaware ade nti a friend ntaware kane no ɔhene bi ware a na yɛwɔ asɛm bi a ɛka ne sɛ yɛwɔ nsɛnkyerɛnne bi a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔhene bi anaasɛ wokɔ fie bi mu na mmerɛnkɛnson ɛsɛn fie n'anim a woyɛ bɛrima na wodi agorɔ kɔ sɛ fie wɔ so woyɛ dɛ
wohwɛ bɛkyɛ ka mmerɛnkɛnson a mame kyerɛm ɛyɛ berɛ sɛ deɛ ɔmu mu no sɛ yɛfrɛ no berɛ no ɛno bi so deɛ yɛka sɛ yɛdi mmerɛnkɛnson fiada Palm Sunday no ɛyɛ berɛ yɛfrɛ no palm no na ɛno na sɛ ɔhene bi ɛware fie bi mu a yɛde sɛn efie no ma ne di adanseɛ nsɛnkyerɛnne sɛ efie no a wodidi kɔm no ɔhene bi yere wɔ nti wokɔ a no ahwɛ wo nanti
sa enti sɛ saa nsɛnkyerɛnne no wɔ hɔ no obi bi odi agorɔ kɔ sɛ fie wɔ no ɔwɔ so ogyae ɔhene no aware wɔ hɔ nanso yɛwɔ ne nua bi odi n'akyi ɛwɔ hɔ yɛde n'atɛ ɛno nti yɛka ne sɛ ayeforo a yɛde n'ayɛ dɛn atɛ nti daakye bi no na sɛ ɔhene yere no deɛ waware no no wu a deɛ odi n'akyi no deɛ yɛ dɛn yɛware no ɛna sɛ ɛbɛyɛ ntaware a na ano no kyerɛ sɛ entafoɔ ɛna yɛaware baako agya baako nti baako na odi akyire no so no yɛbɛtumi ayɛ dɛn aware no deɛ ayɛ
na sɛ ayetaware no akɔba sɛ ɔhene aware wɔ fie hɔ no mo so ho ɛna ɔbaa no afiri mu na ɛnam sɛ ɔn sɛ mpempin ɔhene bi wɔ hɔ no ma ne mani nsɛm nti so ɔno mo asan apɛ ɔbaa wɔ abusua no mu ɛde akɔtɛ deɛ wɔfiri mu no mu
akyi pɛpɛɛ
akɔyɛ sɛ yɛkɔ afuom a yɛdua aburo ama no fifi awie baabi a aburo no mfifi ne yɛsɛ yɛkɔtetɛm ne akɔduadua bi wɔ hɔ no sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ no nso babɛhyɛ nanan so saa na tie wɔ ayɛtɛ nim no ɔhene ware wɔ fie hɔ no ana yɛri na firi mu ne yɛsɛ saa deɛ a yɛnsan fa foforɔ nkɔmmɔ ɔhene no na ɔnkɔhyɛ nanan mu ne mpɛmpii no ɔsɛ akamfo no gyapadeɛ deɛ ne di ho nti yɛhunu sɛ ɔhene no gyapadeɛ ɔne nsɛm a yɛntwɛ ma ne nkɔ baabi foforɔ yɛsan yɛba foforɔ no akɔyɛ de akɔ akɔhyɛ ka no ɛne yɛsɛ yɛfrɛ no ayɛkyɛ awareɛ nti sɛ wohyia saa awareɛ no bi a saa ɛne yɛfrɛ no aku yɛntoa so
yɛhyɛ asiwa yɛate osi na siwa ɛkasa asiwa ware a ɛne deɛ kan kyekyere paa no sɛ ɛkasa asiwa ware a ɛte sɛ yɛwɔ baabi a wɔ abɔfra bi na saa abɔfra no bɛma bi ho abɔfra no ɔsɛ abɔfra wei deɛ wo ho yɛ mehwɛmede ma no ato so daakye na ɛware wo ɔsɛ asɛ no yɛ asiwa no nti saa abɔfra no bɛma po a wo nyina ɔtumi bɔ ɔkɔhoma ɔtumi wɔ sika de sua adwuma wobɔ nso a tumi totɔ nneɛma bi yɛ dɛ ɛde brɛ wo sɛ obi tena no atwerɛ ɔkɔda bi sɛ wonyini a mɛware wo ɛno ne ka sɛ wɔsi no asiwa
saa da wɛkane na wɔ hɔ paa kankan sɛ ɛmɛma no bi wɔ hɔ nom a wɔtumi hwɛ
wonim sɛ yɛbu baabi sɛ nka wode bɛsi obi asiwa deɛ nka yɛ dɛn fa tɔ aboa apɔnkye no ayɛ dɛn ɛfiri sɛ apɔnkye deɛ ɔmfiri wo naase da
ɛno no wɔ asiwa no akyiri nsɛm nti a ɔn sɛ obi wɔ hɔ nom a ɔde yɛnkyerɛm sɛ yɛbɛba no so na asiwa no bɛrima bɛtumi hunu wɔ baabi wɔde ne nda ato afuni so so deɛ yɛyɛ kan sɛ ɔde ne nsa abɔ n'afuni so wahwɛ a ne ma ɔde ne nsa akɔbɔ so ama akɔn ɔde ne nsa ato n'afuni so sɛ wowɔ ɔbaa a mɛwaa no ampa ne ampa ne nua ne ampa sɛ ɔkɔwɔ ɔbaa no a afei na sɛ ɔyɛ bɛrima ne yɛ n'asɛdeɛ sɛ nti bɛrima no asɛdeɛ sɛ ɔbɛtete abɔfra no kɔsi sɛ ɔbɛduru ne mpa ne mfie so na wawaa no na aduru hɔ nom a bɛrima no woyɛ w'asɛdeɛ bi sɛ ɛduru baabi koraa tumi bɔ akɔnhoma
wobɛbɔ
ɛneɛ kan tete na ne yɛkɔ afuom yi wotumi kɔgya wo nsinim afuom wotɔ ntoma
asɛm nyinaa bɛsi kyekye
saa wobɛsom nti duru so a no ayɛ dɛn na wawaa no so ho na wo saa bɛrima korɔ no ɛmfa ho sɛ wotete abɔfra no na woyɛ biribiara no ɛni kwan sɛ wo ne ɔbaa no adi ahyia ne kwan sɛ wo ne ne da kɔsi sɛ wɔ amammerɛ ne amanneɛ kwan so yɛbɛkama bom sɛ ɔyere
ɛno no kora no braboro akyi saa ɛno ne yɛkyerɛ sɛ akora no ayɛ dɛn ɛnti menim sɛ sɛ yɛgoro ɔbaa bra na ɛduru nnaseɛ no na ɔkɔ akɔdeda ase a yɛde duawa bi si n'ano sɛ duawa no si n'ano a na ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔbaa no yɛayɛ dɛn yɛsi no asiwa nti obi bia ɔbɛhu saa abaayɛ no bia no ɔnyɛ dɛn ɔnkɔ no
saa ne teɛ nti n'abusuafoɔ yɛgu so ade nsɛm no ma GOB TV so nie me sɛ ɔpɛ yɛahwɛ yɛkɔ abɛfo kwankyempo fidie no so gobtv.tv wo nsa bɛka yɛn saa nso ɛna Facebook no nso yɛ stream live GOB multimedia wobɛnya bi ahwɛ ama ho to YouTube GOBTV ko na e be stream live or ama unsa aka enima aka sisi e kan ye esiwa wade so teacher yen ka ba ko
okay ma men ka ba ko kan ye ka awore bi se mfina aware ye si awore bi wa e friend se mfina aware yen kire mfina nim na yen fa aware ne me tato ye ka so bi ya afina na kire se oba a osum obi ena ye afina ena akwa eye be ma osum ena sa nsunsun ye dem no enti se obi abesum won se kan chechire no obi timi koto obi nse mma no yetimi koto mu free baby eba so omesom enti ne sum no oba ne nyini o be ma ye oti ni nche sikafo ne pa ne taesa oba iti ni nchen o no ho aye akono o oba yi we ni mpokua ne ni sisi achi a aye kama se no no ho se oba yi de me ware no na ye san fra ware se efie ni fia ware efi se onim na chi kwan ba bia wakoto ni na afi baby nti we na nya afi ni yekọ baby akọfa obi se yekọ fra oba na busuafo mia me fiefo ene ba betena sema ya ede ya ji oba no aware ene afi ni se mfina aware anasa afina aware
ene kwasem se Asante no se no di kan no ya na moto nipa so na open bi kan mi chem se mfina bi ho ya no mo ho akono se bo fruit mfina bi ho mo akono pa akono se bo fruit nti e ba so ndimi nja no ma no nko ana se no di kan no ebi okra won hida enye ne ho ade emfa ne mfa mamrani amanye kwan se de akama mi anim fi se wonim na chi ndi busia ni bi ndi ofa no anu anse wafa ne se na ire na one ne kwanso ene emfana aware eno bra osikani bi ana ohini bi aware afna a osom no o ne fie ne se de emfana aware aku o de fa hen awowa wowa ayi wo ya na se ani cheme
awowa so de wa de ekosi na de aje ade bi asase o se kan tete no bu a oni sika tim ko busan do so puo ni sika ketua o da kese pa ontimi ntua enti ontimi ntua ni ma da ko busan won ho no hye se ontimi ntua wo abayi wa wo ho ne ho ofe nti se ne ho so mpoku ya sore se bibia dwunya so a enie me mara oba no amemfa ntika no ati ase na se sika na bo busan wo ontimi ntua nti wo oba no esi anai na se wo de atika eno ya wo ware no eno sa no wo papa na sika na o ko ba bo ko ji sika on sa no be ko ti efi na obi am se papa na wo ji bo se bi wo nyini wago be 85 90 eduoko ne eduocho wo so baba yo be mfi eduonu ne eduonu 25 years na ko ware 80 years aye nti eno sa na kosia ejafo no nti wo de ma kosia ekoji sa wo de busa ne koma wo ma onto ointment 20 no no de buy one akọ na se kano ahye wono ointment wo de nba so ayede akọtato
eno ne awwa
ebi kan ko de be jiska do so pu bi so make say wakobo bosi
akọ bosi wo sen se ketu o
na se o wa di akosi awwa na ahyimu ti we no ye
be bia me be jiska wa akufa phone ni mami na jima yiwe nti dachi me dem o phone ba na be jima adi enti se maji ade we no ma ntimi amfa akufu na amre ni bio makoyira no
wadi ne so mo na
living God. Amen. Hallelujah. Daddy, we bless your name this moment. We thank God for the spirit of praise in us. Amen. This moment we are about to worship the Lord. That is the reason why we are gathered here. For today is called the worship service. Amen. This moment in your heart, in your mind, can you look at who God is? Hallelujah. How do you see the Most High God? Hallelujah. Who is He to you? You will only reverence God. You will only respect Him with the way you see Him. If you see Him just as anybody, you will not respect Him. You will not reverence Him. You will be anyhow in His presence. But this moment we are going to lift the name of the Lord on high. He deserves the glory. Anytime I am called upon to lead the people in worship, my heart beats because I'm not qualified. Jesus. Who am I that this day I am counted to lead your people in worship? How do you see the Lord? How is He to you? Lift His name this moment. He deserves the glory. Open your mouth and worship Him. Lift His name on high. He alone is God. He is the I am that I am. He is the King of Kings. El Shaddai is His name. He is the unshakable God. He is the unchangeable God. From the ages, He is the same. Daddy, this afternoon I bless your name. Daddy, this afternoon I worship your name. Daddy, Lord, you are worthy, O God, of our worship. Daddy, you are worthy, O God, of our worship. In the name of Jesus, O God. We lift your name on high, Daddy. We worship your name, O God. The I am that I am, the ancient of days. Oh God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Daddy, you are unchangeable. Daddy, Lord, we cannot give you so many names. We do not know what to say. But to say to you alone be all the glory. To you alone be all the honor. Daddy, you deserve our worship this evening. You deserve our worship this evening. Daddy, Lord, from the bottom of my heart, I lift worship unto you. Daddy, I worship your name. Daddy, I worship your name. You are worthy. Let's worship, let your worship, let your worship. What do you have to say unto the Lord? What do you have to say to Him? He deserves our worship. He deserves our worship. Daddy, will lift your name on high. Daddy, will lift your name on high. Daddy, will lift your name on high. Elohim, there is none like you, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Daddy, you are, oh God, the God from ages until now. You are the same. Daddy, you remain the same. Daddy, you remain the same. Daddy, you remain the same. Daddy, we bless your name, Lord, in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name, Lord. We worship your name, Lord. We magnify your name. We magnify your name. your name. He alone is. We bless your name. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It's time to give our offering. Amen. Hallelujah. The Lord is good. How trouble my end, sorry now. As we bring our offering. Amen. The Lord will make a way where there seems to be no way. The Lord will change my life. He will change my destiny. The Lord will make a way where there seems to be no way. The Lord will change my life. He will change my destiny. Tomorrow by this time, make a way for me. Yeah. He will make a way. Oh, tomorrow by this time, make a way for me. Yeah. He will make a way. Watching us at the So without wasting much time, I'll call upon our brother, Mr. KYER3, and his family to come forward to bring their thanksgiving.
Hallelujah. Amen. 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 Abusua for Yesu Kristo dinim. Si yina ha na ye agbra busua a ye firi asante be kwai. Em say ye ma me ka baabi ana ugyaye mu. Na ye to ye sa efre asorma. Mo ni ye hwam onyame adom ti mu boboae. Na se duru mra e wo se ye de nyame ase. Any dad and couple from your fancy, Yamran, and Yamias. It is a ha, now you will wrap or in the bushia, and you're just like a see Emma Assembly Church. Now the Akan say, Nia will be got out here, and now if you put to a radiant sherma. A radiant oil shram, not only in our husband, it will use to do. Amen. Amen.
Yeah, they want to ask permission because they have to go.
in the health industry have pushed for the amendment of the narcotic drug law to make tramadol an illicit drug. Finally, on our headlines for the evening, former second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Asiama, wades into the controversial mobile money interoperability system, claiming that the $4.6 million committed to the project is simply ridiculous. We'll tell you why and what he's been saying and other stories we have for the evening. You're welcome once again to the program here with me, Patrick Stevenson. Now to our very first stop. Every year, a ban is placed on noise making in Ghana, in Accra, the country's capital. Now, a serene atmosphere ushers in the annual Homo Festival, a revered occasion celebrated by the Gas, which happen to be the largest tribe in Accra. Now, Alice Aite has been gauging the mood from the Central Business District in Accra.
Preceding the Homo Festival, which is celebrated by the Ga ethnic group in Ghana, are several rites to commemorate happenings during the migration of the Gas and to appease the gods and ask for blessings. One of such rites is the Madumo, which literally means the planting of corn, which is used in preparing pokpoi, the meal for the Homo Festival, to hoot at Hanga, commemorating the bumper harvest after a severe famine during the migration of the Ga people. Out of the 6 clans of the Gamashi, the Lante-Janwe clan Monday started the rite by planting the corn. The chief, elders and many priests of that clan came together to perform the rite to kickstart the month-long tradition. Speaking in an interview with the news team, the chief of Lante-Janwe, who explained the rationale behind the ban on noise making during this period, cautioned anyone who flouts the rule will be dealt with accordingly.
It is an exercise which we inherited. It's for the high priests and their subjects to go into fasting. And because of the fasting, they need to have a peace. And that is why we have placed ban on drumming, noise making, and then funeral. We have put a task force in place now with an identity card with a special number, code number on it, so that anybody who violates the orders could be arrested and dealt with.
In our quest to check whether people are indeed adhering to the ban or directive, we combed through some principal areas noted for noise. A buzzing, busy atmosphere was relatively calm because the preacher's speakers, lorry station PA system, were not present at the Central Business District, unusual of Accra. There was a full compliance. Even this van had the PA system turned off. The driver has, however, devised another means of attracting customers, and that is sporadically honking to get the public attention to his products. The driver told me the month-long ban on noise making would have a toll on his business, but he has no choice but to respect tradition.
Nanso already nkrofone ni medru no nti o point bi no ma ya ye gina and afin se ye kwa na ye boy ya be no mu kakra krasa na nkrofo no e di hu ye na e de ton e ba ni sa de ton na se safa market na ya ye ta nya no bafem nti ha dwen kakra na nso say akwaya mamre nti no ye fan sa.
The story was no different for this bar operator, who tells me she is not able to attract new customers because of the absence of music at her bar, which she says also boosts her business sometimes.
But and some no a number a trini panama, but obu hokra and number Otimitri hanu atime wura ha say anuma wo boy but na say otimi to bi ma kama enum no nti so ba no ba akokoro otimi no be 3 say le be na say old customers no omo na beba ko anase bi obi twam na nani bo ha ya be enum de wo bo atam bi obi twam otimi ho say bibi wo ha say
For the Ga Traditional Council and other stakeholders, preserving and respecting the culture of the Ga people and the gods are paramount. Hence, everyone should adapt to the change until 14th June, when the ban is lifted. Alice Aite, GH1 News.
Now, away from the Central Business District, let's go to Medina and its environs. Well, commercial drivers there are unhappy about the poor state of roads in that particular catchment area. Now, according to the drivers, the situation has worsened with the onset of the rains and are demanding that station managers use the tolls collected from them on a daily basis to fix the roads. There's more on this report.
A heavy vehicular traffic at Medina Market Station. This is as a result of the bad nature of the road, which is impeding free movement of commercial cars to and from the station. The entrance of the station is muddy, and drivers are finding it difficult maneuvering their cars around. The drivers are frustrated about the situation and accuse station managers of mismanaging the tolls taken from them daily.
If we have a call, why imagine? So the free they could see MPP quarters or MPP office or now the free was our call, who the free Malcolm ha, could see Preste corner, a corner and yet. In some now, I'm shocked in your say. BBR say, a corner a problem, and so trying to me. If some way got us, they be also 12 cities. Taxi the 12 cities, and I thought 8 cities. Shaquano, the corner area, no. A corner yet.
Station where Saturday and yet. Na ye kasika o ma je fi driver for say ni ska ketwa o mo ye pe no ma kwosesa anwea kokokoko na nsuo to a o mo be guo pe na ya ateche passengers for intimi mass station e ma foka o mo ko na road nim na o ma ko foka de bia sa no me be station o no ma ko fa anwea no da ba be guo na asai na asai na o mo ko fa sa kota anwea ni bi e be piti ya keke so mo ya kota nsuo to ba ko pe na yi asasa ni nyina ko even ka ba ku bia tua 6 cedi a day. She cast the bar a station here.
The roads leading to the Medina station have been in bad condition for years, and several attempts to force station managers to fix them have not yielded positive results. One of the station managers, Mohammed, says an earlier intervention which led to the grading and spreading of gravels on the roads did not do much to fix the situation.
Met me penny for so monty hokwa. Omo ko meeting several times. As he said, on so on pese omuye. Kwande ye no krese asai. Met penny for so 200 among
Mohammed Bako has however assured the drivers that the station managers will fix the roads permanently, but failed to give a timeline to this promise.
Ahana ya techeno. No me say omu yeni for the meantime say na be ya ebetimi dia ya adwuma kakra. But say no omo gina na so a on pese omu ye ne kama pa.
Da be no be.
Anu dia date ni dia mintimi kire but me we rehemu say be bia kwan no ombe.
With the onset of the rains, tension is building among drivers at the Medina Market Station as they mount pressure on station managers to fix their roads. The drivers say their vehicles continue to get damaged due to the poor state of the roads.
Now, we turn our attention to some health and safety news, focusing specifically on the campaign that GH1 television has been running regarding the abuse, ending the abuse of tramadol. This time, the Food and Drugs Authority and Mental Health Authority and other stakeholders in the health sector want Parliament to urgently amend the narcotic drug law to make tramadol an illicit drug. Now, at a stakeholder meeting last week, which included the Food and Drugs Authority and the Narcotics Control Board, it became obvious that there was a need to tackle the issue of tramadol abuse holistically as a national agenda. Now, GH1 News has been reporting on the widespread abuse of tramadol in some communities in Accra, Kumasi, and the Eastern region, and is waging a campaign to end the menace. We have been joined over the phones now by the Public Relations Officer of the Food and Drugs Authority in the person of Mr. James Latte to give us some insight into exactly the calls that the FDA and the other stakeholders have been making. Mr. James Latte, thank you for spending your evening with us.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
So my very first question, there is a law for fighting the abuse of narcotics. Some drugs have been classified as illegal or illicit, if you like. What is the FDA calling for as far as the amendment of that particular law is concerned?
Well, thank you very much once again. Let me say good evening to all viewers. You know, in what was happening, FDA as an institution, we included it among the products that we classify to be restricted. So right now, if for instance, there is a manufacturer of tramadol in Ghana, and the person wants to import the raw materials and things, we don't just allow the import like we allow on other products. But what we do is that you are restricted as to the quantity that you import. You are monitored as to how it is used and all those things. So already we are very vigilant about the way the product is being manufactured both locally and then imported into the country. Again, tramadol is now being seriously regulated as a prescription-only medicine. I'm saying being seriously regulated because though it's a prescription-only medicine, some time ago, it appears like there was not that strictness on it. But what is happening, we are collaborating with Pharmacy Council to ensure that it is really classified and used as a prescription-only medicine, meaning that pharmacies are supposed to make sure that before they give the medicine to anyone that comes to their shop, it should be purely on prescription. And this is what we are collaborating with Pharmacy Council to ensure it is done.
But Mr. James Latte, off the back of what you have just said, if I can ask, we know that, for example, the prescription of tramadol that we have seen in some cases is about 50 milligrams. In some of the illicit shops, or if you like, chemical operators who are selling what is causing damage to our children now are selling things like 250, 300 milligrams of the drug. And so how is this proposition that you are making fixing that particular problem? Because they may not necessarily be within the control of the Pharmacy Council, for instance. Will they?
No, let me correct something. With the investigation that we have conducted, so I agree with you that yes, the 125 milligram, 225, and those higher ones are mostly not sold in the pharmacy shop. When it comes to the issue of abuse, it's been, confirmed that people can walk into shops and buy, for instance, the 50 milligram, decide to buy about 4 or 5. The moment they buy 5, put it in a drink, they make it 250 milligrams. So yes, I accept it that we have to check the influx of this unregistered one, which is above the 100 milligrams, which we are not giving approval to. But at the same time, that will not actually totally solve the issue of abuse. Because even with the approved one, it's still being abused. I don't know what I'm making sense.
Definitely, Mr. James Latte, you are making sense, and I think that is a fair point. But off the back of that, you know, the amendment you are seeking to make regarding the law, how does that amendment deal with those that you may not necessarily find in the chemical or licensed shops where people can abuse, for example, like given the scenario you have provided? If the person is not going to a licensed chemical shop, for which reason he can buy the 125 and the 225 milligrams, what is the position of the FDA on these other, you know, institutions, and what sort of, you know, positions can we adopt from the point of the law as far as this amendment you are proposing is concerned that helps us clamp down on that quite effectively?
Yeah, you know, already one big challenge that we are having has to do with our porous borders. That is where we realize that people are importing or smuggling these unregistered ones through. Now, what we think as an institution is that we have to be very strict at the borders, that is one. Secondly, looking at even the approved ones, we have to be strict at the shops. For instance, if a shop has imported or has purchased, let's say, 10 packets of tramadol that is selling, it should be able to be investigated to find out how it sold it. Did it sell all through prescription? Can the prescription that it sold them through stand as evidence? Are they in the shop that you can go there and see the prescriptions there? That yes, it sold them through prescriptions. Were they written by a doctor, an approved medical doctor? You see, all these things need to be checked. We believe that the moment one or two people are punished for illegally selling to people, you realize you'll be getting somewhere. Currently, there's a meeting that is going on. This meeting is having a whole lot of institutions involved. You have the DNI, the IOCO, the Pharmacy Council, Narcotic Control Board, NGOs, the media. I mean, a whole lot of institutions. Council Society of Ghana, Mental Authority, and others. You see, what is going on right now is that everybody is concerned about what is happening. So we are going to battle out how collectively this can be dealt with in a way that this tramadol menace will completely stop. And the way the meeting is going, I have so much confidence that at the end of the meeting, which is tomorrow, we'll come out with conclusions that will help deal with the issue. I strongly believe that. Or today, for instance, very new things came up. I don't want to bring them out now because we'll not put them out in a communique, which we'll do tomorrow.
Definitely.
But very wonderful things came up.
Mr. Latte, I want to ask another question. So I see the sort of multi-stakeholder approach that the FDA wants to take with us. And we at GH1 Television have clearly been, you know, at the forefront of this conversation as well, seeing the extent to which we can leverage.
I'm not, the sound is not coming well, sorry.
So I'm saying that we at GH1 Television, for example, have been committed to seeing the extent to which we can leverage the media presence that we have to getting this thing effectively done and dealt with. And so we do appreciate the commitment from the FDA, for example, to call, for instance, for an amendment of the law to classify tramadol as an illicit drug. The question, though, is when do we expect to see the, you know, commencement of processes towards, you know, these amendments that possibly may go to Parliament for a proper conversation to be had on this?
Yeah, you know, for that, FDA cannot give time to that. The point is that we will push it. And we'll do all we can for it to be facilitated as soon as possible. But when you say FDA should give time, that will be very impossible. Because you know what happens when it comes to laws in this country. It passes through different hands. You understand? So we cannot determine that, honestly speaking.
But at least the FDA has some indication, for instance, saying that, you know, in a month's time we would have assembled and rallied the right stakeholders. We should have some sort of a position paper that suggests what we think the amendments, for instance, should be, so that we as a media house, for example, interested in this, can equally leverage, you know, the sort of influence we have and push, you know, the other stakeholders as well to support the work of the FDA. That's all we're asking.
I agree with you perfectly. You know, we have the judiciary and other people at the table.
Right.
Let us end the meeting tomorrow, come out with a communique, and I'm sure with some of these concerns, I mean, suggestions will come out how we can push this thing for it to go that far. But I understand the concern that you are raising very well, honestly.
Thank you very much, Mr. James Latte, who's a public relations officer for the Food and Drugs Authority here in Ghana. On this note, we'll take a quick break. Do stay with us. There's more exciting stories we have coming up. We'll be right back.
Yes, Gadam Nation Boss Day here, so I'm just here to intrigue the fan base. They should stop abusing tramadol, because if your life is in danger, Fast Gadam life is in danger, because you guys are my fans. So let's end tramadol abuse with GH1. Gadam Nation Boss Day here. Tokusame.
I'm your humble servant for Ayawaso Central, Member of Parliament. My name is Henry Quote. I'm the Deputy Minister of the Interior. My fellow Ghanaians, the youth, the future leaders of our great country, Ghana needs you. The future is in your hands. We shall count on you to make Ghana a better place for us to live in. So end tramadol with GH1 now.
Tramadol abuse is a very serious problem for all of us. I think if you look at our demography, the youth are the majority. And if a lot of people are getting access to this kind of drugs, it's very, very dangerous for us because it's addictive. We should end, tramadol abuse with GH1.
My name is Ohineyere Geftianti. As a youth, as a young person, you naturally have energy. You have so much ahead of you. There's so much you can achieve putting your mind to it. You have the world at your disposal. You have to start making an impact, setting goals for yourself, making yourself, your family, and your society, and indeed your country proud. God has a beautiful plan for you. Don't mess it up. Substance abuse in any form is wrong. So please, my young people, my daughters, my sons, end tramadol abuse now with GH1.
I am the Minister for Defense. I'm also the Member of Parliament for Bimbla. I want to urge the youth of Ghana to desist, in fact, run away from the use of tramadol. Not just tramadol, codeine is another one that is coming. The youth of Ghana, if you are listening to me, if you are hearing me, you will one day become a leader in Ghana. You one day also grow up to be somebody in Ghana. Please move away from the use of tramadol, move away from the use of codeine, and move away from the use of any aphrodisiac medicine that will hurt you. Follow the hashtag End Tramadol GH1 now. Like I said, make sure you run away from it, move away from it, stop using it, never use it.
A new day comes with a new hustle. My name, Bishatawale. I started on the streets. They tried to hold us back, but we kept moving. I worked hard because I knew one day I would play hard.
Yo, work hard, we play hard, yeah. What's up, Stop energy, stop energy, stop energy, stop energy, stop energy, stop energy. Dance I keep. Stop energy, dance I keep. Stop energy, dance I keep. Stop energy.
Storm Energy Drink. Work hard, play hard.
GH1 Road Safety Campaign in collaboration with VIP Transport Services. Our tip for today is: motorists, a small pool of water or hanging branch of tree or rope or cable on roadside can cause accidents, as such obstructions will make the pedestrians and drivers to take sudden lateral movement. Driver and pedestrians should not make sudden lateral movement. GH1 Road Safety Campaign is proudly brought to you by VIP Transport Services. Safety, comfort, and reliability is our hallmark.
Hey, Joe Stevie, I say we recharge it with care.
And see there.
Oh, it's simple cry. Ayo recharge with care. Over signing up *296#. If you don't know, soon you are covered. We are wow.
Hey,
sure. Sure, the young told me the you say from the Papa I.
Papa, Ayo *296#.
Thank you.
Ayo for academy start. Why?
We are covered.
Very covered.
Hey, and you will be. Mrs. How? Okay, say me na. A pair more you can say go down once and all.
Sir,
no life cover. You don't know mommy be able to be here inside the life. Oh, no, some young hospital. I you the mom this amount to be a socket team in medical bills. So a poor mugging. And your chairman who here party and ye sign up today. Not to see life cover. And I said hospital cover.
Ayo, because you care. Terms and conditions apply.
Autistic children's dreams come true during Verna Mineral Water rebranding launch.
Most of the times, people ignore such kids and they tag them as evil kids or they are cursed and all that, but that's not true. Putting a smile on every child's face, regardless of their condition, is a major responsibility of our society, and I am pleased to be a part of this today.
In this life, the best thing you can do is to make someone else happy, or basically make people around you happy.
Drinking and buying Verna mineral water, you help many people out there, like our beautiful sisters over here, and all the many people that Verna mineral water helps.
Here we go. Purchase a bottle of the all-new, sleek and stylish Verna natural mineral water today and support a worthy cause. Verna mineral water, changing people's lives.
Asil, yes, kindly buy me a few more things. I'll send you the money one by one so that I don't mix them up.
Okay, ma.
For 10 Ghana cedis, not topping up. Not of fresh life, white and brown feathered cockerel. Holding up, mom, in a single voice. No, I want you to buy me some red, salty solo beef.
Why don't you send all the money at once so you don't have to pay any extra charges?
With Vodafone Cash, I pay only 3 cedis a month, and I can send any amount as many times as I want at no extra cost.
Register for Vodafone Cash on *110# for 3 Ghana cedis per month. Vodafone Cash, Sika Samayede.
Buy pepper, original red mokosho.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water. One for life.
For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
Welcome to SolarTech, the #1 manufacturer of innovative products in power protection. The SolarTech Ultima LCD UPS is a line interactive UPS with a unique LCD screen allowing you to monitor its performance and get the best from your electrical equipment. Monitor the battery level, input and output level, load level indicator, and overload indicator on your LCD screen. It provides a solid, reliable source of backup and has an inbuilt stabilizer which enables all computers and televisions to remain wholly protected. It comes in ranges of 650 VA to 2000 VA. Remember, stay original. Buy SolarTech. For more information, please visit www.solartechghana.com.gh. SolarTech, the power to protect.
Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes you don't feel good, as you know you'll feel. But this is what you want, and if you want it, you gotta go hard for it. You don't have to stop. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. I don't find time to run. I make time to run. You are powerful. Feel like a champion. You better run with more life until you hit that finish line. When nothing goes right, go run. It's supposed to be hard. The hard is what makes it great. Run energy drink. Run to greatness.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health, not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This ad has been approved by the FDA.
You're welcome back to GH1 Television here. The program is News Tonight. If you just tuned in, to other stories now. Something of human interest. They were assured that it wasn't anything serious. However, it never got better with time. This is the story of a 6-month-old who is battling with sarcoma, a malignant tumor. Nana Ama Ano Bimpong has the rest of the story in the following report.
A few days after the arrival of baby Annabelle, her family's life changed. They noticed a small growth around her anus. They were assured that it wasn't anything serious and they shouldn't worry. However, the growth has now grown with her. After 6 months and the most recent investigations, doctors are now saying the growth is a sarcoma, a dangerous tumor that could threaten the life of little Annabelle. A normal-looking baby girl breathes on the inside as she has to grapple with the malignant tumor. The doctors initially passed the growth off as common piles, but as she grew, her family decided to take the issue more seriously as the baby was becoming extremely uncomfortable. Due to their frustrations and the condition of the child, the family decided to bring her all the way from Cape Coast to Accra upon the referral of the doctor who recently examined her.
For some conditions, surgery alone is not enough. For sarcomas, you may need either drugs or radiotherapy in addition. So until we are sure exactly what it is, I can't say whether surgery will be enough. The other thing is that at surgery, we will be able to decide whether it's possible practically to remove everything or whether there will be some left that will need further treatment. I've seen similar swellings, but very rarely have I seen them coming from that part of the body. Coming from the anal orifice is quite uncommon.
The Sarcoma Alliance website explains a sarcoma as cancerous tumors of the connective tissues. The term sarcoma comes from a Greek word meaning fleshy growth. Sarcoma arises in the connective tissue of the body. Currently, Annabelle is on admission at the surgical department of the children's ward in Kolebu Hospital. The doctor explained that she will have to undergo tests to discover the severity of the sarcoma. Once the tests are complete, 6-month-old Annabelle will be operated upon to remove the sarcoma, after which tests will be made upon the sarcoma to understand the next steps of treatment and how aggressive it will need to be.
She has a growth coming from the anal region. It's difficult to say exactly, but there are different growths which can present like that. One of them we call a sarcoma, a kind of cancer which can grow from that area, but I can't say for sure until we finish our investigations. Part of making a diagnosis, from what I can see, will be to remove it and send it to the lab for a histological examination. And so we are doing initial investigations to prepare her for surgery.
Annabelle's family are pleading with the Ghanaian public to assist them financially, as they have no means of financial support to even conduct the tests, as well as the removal of the sarcoma. The situation is so severe that the baby's mother is too distressed and has been unable to take care of the child herself. She has had to leave her in the hands of her mother and grandmother. Little Annabelle needs about 10,000 Ghana cedis to live.
Well, we have a heart for community. If you're interested in supporting this particular family, you can reach out to us and we'll get the assistance to them. But away from community and health now, we test the pulse of the economy and business. And my colleague Kweku Timing is usually on the standby.
Right, Patrick, a very good evening to you. The big question is, what is your greatest fear? Well, Das Capital is on a campaign as of now that if anything bothers you on investment, you need to conquer that fear. When we come back, we'll give you details of this and many other interesting stories.
Business Brief is brought to you by Dusk Capital.
we see a millionaire in you.
Fear is a story we tell ourselves.
My biggest fear is the things I envision, the things I've set my mind to.
We all wish to have the perfect balance between work and the people that matter most to us. So, we are always on the quest to find ways to make this possible. With the many innovative and dynamic features that the UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed Up, offers, you get the time-saving convenience to help create this balance. You can transfer money, pay bills, apply for a loan, invest money, and do so much more right on your phone with the UMB mobile banking app. So, you can spend more time with those that matter most to you. The UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed Up, lets you bank conveniently anywhere and everywhere so that you can enjoy more time with those that you love and doing what you love most. We're good to go. UMB Speed Up, Digibank, let's go!
With MTN Momo, you can take your bank with you everywhere you go. Dial *170# and follow the prompts. Connect your bank account to your Momo wallet to load and transfer money between your wallet and your bank account. Take your bank with you everywhere you go with MTN Momo.
No. My name is Kwekutimi. Let's do business now. As past events most times can affect a future decision, and that rippling effect could be dire. Investments may not be an option at times, but Das Capital is saying there is always a reason to restore that confidence. Well, this is how you can conquer that fear.
My name is Samuel. Charlie, it's been my dream to start my own business someday. I want to tell my own boss, right? That's my parties all they start something. That joy of making a mark in life. Sure. Who doesn't want a better future?
We have the knowledge and skill to navigate you through the investment road. Invest in your future with Dusk Capital and enjoy the joy that comes with it. Do not allow your fears to conquer you. Conquer your fears.
Leading local firm Dusk Capital has been running this campaign to dispel fear in their customers about investment. Over the years, a section of the Ghanaian populace have either been swindled by fake financial firms or lost their life investments to feeble ones. The result of these events is the fear of entrusting another capital in an emerging business. At the launch of Conquer Your Fear campaign, CEO of Das Capital, Bernard Osetutu, assured customers about the safety of their investments.
The vision is that we will build that confidence within this financial market, that each and every one will benefit at the end of the day. We are championing it. We put a lot of resources, we put a lot of money behind what we are doing tonight. But the reaping effects will not only come from Das Capital. If customers and the general public build that confidence within the financial market, whether they come to invest with Das Capital, whether they go to Data Bank, whether they go to Nimet Capital, Mutual Integrity, or the rest, the bottom line is that we are saving our industry.
I think it's a really brilliant idea, opening people's eyes to breaking that fear and, trusting, especially in Das Capital, to invest your money.
Chief Operating Officer Kwame Kusibuadum said Das Capital has tailor-made products that suit the strength of every potential customer.
Das Capital has varieties of products, such as the Ivy League. Ivy League is an educational fund. We have DPIP for a normal person who wants to invest consistently for a period of time. And we have also iChoose for our market women and those who trade. There are a lot of products. So when people conquer their fear, they will be willing to invest into these products, which at the end they will help Das Capital to grow and become the preferred brand as we all want.
All right, so it doesn't matter the situation on the market. Das Capital is saying conquer that fear, venture into investments. And of course, if you're thinking investment, then you're definitely thinking about Das Capital. We appreciate them for supporting us to bring you the business news every now and then. We'll quickly touch on another story before we end business tonight, and here former second deputy governor of the central bank, that's Johnson P. Isiama, has waded into the controversial mobile money interoperability conversation. Well, according to him, the 4.6 million speculated to have been used for the project is ridiculous and must be expunged.
Now, this very interoperability issue was one of such, operational things that we do. No political party had a hand in it, no government had a hand in it. And I saw the statement that has become one of a controversy this morning. There are two figures being bandied around. There's the 4 million? Yeah, the 4 million. And then there's the 1 billion, or in other words, the 60 million and the 4.6. At this stage, I am out of office, so I don't have the whole detail as to what is being done now. But if I look at the details, if I look at the RFP document right here, if I look at the scope of work in the original contract as stated here, it goes far beyond what was launched last week. So it is like comparing an antelope and an elephant. I'm not sure the price will be the same. It's not about MPP, NDC. I'm speaking as a Ghanaian, and I'm speaking because I'm directly connected to the issue. I don't want anybody to misinterpret.
Johnson P. Isiama clearing his stance there. Within the coming days, we would want to get more updates on this mobile money interoperability and the real costs involved. My name is Quick Kutimin. Always a pleasure coming your way with the latest updates of business stories. Thanks to Dusk Capital.
Business Brief was brought to you by Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
You can always trust Kwekutimin to be animated with the business news. But up next is Insight. Well, in business tonight, we focus on the banking industry, and over 5,000 Ghanaians working with indigenous banks should brace themselves to lose their jobs if the central bank continues to press its demands for local banks to meet the minimum capital requirement. Now, the local banks have petitioned the president for an extension of the December 2018 deadline, but the central bank has stated categorically that it does not intend to extend this particular deadline. Take a look at this report.
The 10 indigenous universal banks in Ghana are asking the president to impress on the Bank of Ghana and the economic management team to give them 5 years grace period to pay up the 400 million minimum capital requirement. The central bank announced last September that all 34 banks in the country have up to December 31, 2018 to increase their minimum capital requirement from 120 million Ghana cedis to 400 million Ghana cedis. But this says the wholly Ghanaian-owned banks have complained they cannot meet within a year. Spokesperson for the Association of Indigenous Universal Banks, Abuisa Moni, tells GH1 News over 5,000 workers are likely to lose their jobs if government goes ahead to encourage acquisitions and measures in the local banking sector.
There are 10 indigenous banks. You want them to merge. 2 of them cannot get the 400 million, not even 3, so it's 4. So what it means is that at the end of the merger, we're going to have only 2 indigenous Ghanaian banks. Now, 2 indigenous Ghanaian banks means that there are going to be job losses, because if you remember the collapse of Capital and UT, there was over 700 to 1,000 job losses. So what it means is that we're going to have 5,000 Ghanaian working in the banking sector who are going to have no jobs anymore to stay at home. Now, this is not in the interest of our economy, where you're going to have job loss. The interest of every government is to create jobs. And I don't think this policy of collapsing banks to create only 2 and create job losses is going to be good for us in this country. Our economy is very weak, and we need more money. Yes, recapitalization, but the banks are saying that we need more time to recapitalize. The 1 year, 3 months is not enough. Over the years, the average has been 4 years, and if you give us the 4 to 5 years, I'm sure we will be able to recapitalize.
The local banks have proposed a schedule that by December 2018, they will raise the minimum capital requirement to 170 million Ghana cedis each. By December 2019, 220 million. By December 2020, they would move it up to 280 million. And then by December 2021, it would go up to 340 million. Then the final install to make up the 400 million will be done by December 2022. Abuisa Moni urges the BOG to emulate the reforms the Nigerian Central Bank introduced some time back.
Our immediate neighbor is Nigeria. When they raise their capital to 10 billion Nigerian naira, when you convert it, that's about $278 million. They were given enough time to recapitalize. And in Nigeria, you know the structure they have adopted. If you have 15 million Nigerian naira, you will be a regional bank. If you have 25 million Nigerian naira, you are going to be a national bank. And if you have 50 million Nigeria, you are going to be what? International bank. So that looks like not a bad idea, but I think we should look at it again. Merger is not an easy thing. If you go onto the capital market now, we are not going to get 2 banks in Ghana who can get that money. And I've repeated that 3 or 4 more will give us that amount. But we need time. We are not asking for anything. Nobody is saying we will not comply. So it's not about pampering, but then it's about being realistic and looking at the strength of our economy and the capital market we have.
So we're building up to a conversation of having one of the experts who have been watching this particular industry. That's one part of the narrative. A former deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, Emmanuel Asiedu-Mantey, has stressed the need for the local banks to comply with the 31st December 2018 deadline, which mandates indigenous banks to meet the recapitalization requirements. He explains that the portfolio of the local banks are more riskier, hence the need for them to comply with the central bank's directive. Here are his views.
What do you use for business really is people deposits, savings and current account deposits, fixed deposits on all of them. Now, that money doesn't sit in the vaults of the banks. It's lent to customers. And for every lending that you do, the chances are that you get it back or you may not get it back. So there's a risk element involved there. And there's a formula for calculating every risk that a bank carries on its balance sheet. So the capital is supposed to act as a cushion against that risk. Now, if the argument is that we are indigenous banks, so we must not put up enough capital, then what you're saying is that then the risks also that you carry on your books, it should be minimized. I don't know how they're going to do that, because lending is lending, you know. And then the argument I've heard is that they also focus on small scale or SMEs, you know, small scale and medium enterprises. And my argument is that that's where the risk is. if you're given a choice between lending to say, KYER or Unilever, as opposed to Kweku Chimin Enterprise, where are the risks greater? Obviously, they are greater with Kweku Chimin Enterprise, so they rather should carry bigger capital to cushion themselves against the risk of non-payment. The other reason why I think the banks need to consider meeting Bank of Ghana's requirement is that there's a clause in the banking law, the single obligor limit. What that means is that for every loan that a bank gives to a customer, the maximum that a bank can give, if the facility is secured, is 25% of its capital base. If it's not secured, if the advance is not secured, the maximum you can give is 10% of your capital base. Now, this economy is growing. We were told that the economy is growing at 8%, you know, and it's become an oil-producing economy also. So customers' borrowing requirements are also increasing. So you're not going to be able to say, you know, I'm giving small loans. Then you'll be narrowing your customer base.
So he provides reasons, and as somebody who has occupied that particular office, deputy governor office before, clearly he has some insights. But now let's speak to Professor John Gachi, who's an economist and a senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, who equally has followed this conversation for a while. Professor Gachi, thank you for spending your evening with us.
Thank you.
So I know you have, spoken on a number of platforms on this particular development. It looks as though the regulator, Bank of Ghana, is not backing down on this December timeline. Now, there are claims by some, and some of the reports you have just shown this evening, that if we have to force some of the banks, for example, because they cannot raise the capital requirement, if we have to force some of the banks to raise the minimum capital requirement, they will not be able to do that, and we may need to merge about 3 or 4 of them to be able to satisfy that capital requirement. From your perspective, is the Bank of Ghana right in enforcing this particular timeline, given concerns that domestic banks have raised?
Well, I think the Bank of Ghana is right in determining the minimum capital. But the determination of the minimum capital should reflect the reality within the Ghanaian banking sector, and also should accommodate the policy of the government to ensure protection of local businesses. And these two things are very key in the regulation of the banking sector. And I also find it very strange that you want to use regulation to force a kind of merger and acquisition within the banking sector. I believe that should be the voluntary decision of the various banks who have come to a point that they are not in position to meet the minimum capital, which is reasonable. But when you have decided to raise the minimum capital from around 120 to 400 million, and the intention is to force mergers and acquisitions, I think it is immoral, it is not proper. We shouldn't encourage such a thing within our banking space. Of course, we do agree that there are problems within the banking sector. And as I indicated severally, there are alternative ways of dealing with these matters so that we do not see a large number of indigenous banks going down in the name of forced mergers and acquisitions.
Now, Prof, there are claims that there could be some potential job losses. Have you assessed this, or what is the truth in that?
Well, I have never read any merger acquisition of business combinations where there are no job losses. But at this point, there's no need to go to the literature. What is happening to UC and capital workers? Have they all been absorbed? The answer is no. So definitely there will be job losses. And we need to be computing how many jobs have been lost what will be the effect of these families, etc. But to implement the regulation as if it is not a human environment, it is not an environment where we want to encourage Ghanaian businesses, I think will not help anybody. You can end up collapsing banks, you can end up forcing banks to come together, but our banking sector will not be any different from what we have been seeing. See, the point is, there are myriad of factors affecting how banks perform and how they have come to this point where they are finding it difficult to raise minimum capital. One of the issues is that we are running an economy that is actually selling out huge or high interest rates. A high interest rate is an incentive to default. So the moment we continue to have high interest rates, people will continue to default, including governments, delay payments. These are the things that are creating problems. It is not as if the capital that these people have, it is through some kind of manipulation, those capitals have eroded. We know how those capital of these banks eroded. Much of the erosion comes from what we call the non-performing loans.
Professor Gachi, I'm afraid I'm running out of time, but I think the point is well noted. And on this note, we have been asking you questions at home, those of you who have been watching this particular bulletin. We've been asking you questions on our various social media handles, and the questions, you've been providing some answers. Well, indigenous banks have petitioned the president for an extension in meeting the minimum capital requirement. Should they be given a grace period? We've been asking you to share your views on this, and 66% say yes, they should be given the extension. 19% don't think so, and then 15% are indifferent. And this sort of resonates, if you like, with the views that have been expressed by Professor John Gachi, who has been sharing some expert insight on this particular development. We hope the policymakers are listening and can definitely take a cue from this. On this note, we end Insight and bring you the other segments subsequently. Now, stay true to yourself, be focused, and do not allow negative health hazards and addictions take you away from your purpose. Now, that is the message from Afro-pop artist Wolase in seeking to preach to his fans with his new song, quote, Booze High. This is an entertainment brief, or E-Zone if you like.
This be driving me crazy. I be broke, she be digger. All they do, they can't dig and so. But I turn to a sinner. Why I'm broke, go figure strong.
Afro-pop artist Wolase is the latest to join the bandwagon of artists who are campaigning against the intake of alcohol and drugs such as codeine, tramadol, cocaine, etc., especially amongst the youth. For him, the menace has become worrying, especially with the abuse and health hazards it poses on the lives of people.
Like we vomit the money. Sometimes please ask your father.
In a newly released animated track titled Booze High, Wolase elaborates the dangers associated with it. He recounts how he took a bold step to stop the intake of alcohol after realizing its harmful effects on him.
At a point in time when I was growing up, I was like, me, there's no way I will never drink alcohol. It's not something I would ever do. And as time went on, there was a point in time I told my grandma, I'm not going to drink alcohol. It was like a party, and I was around, I think I was 19 years old. And she was like, everybody shared. My aunties were like, why can't you just drink this water? You can't drink it. What is it? Oh, no, me, I don't like alcohol. And my grandmother said, when you were 2 years, I was giving you alcohol. Growing up, you move out, you go out with friends, you start taking some small alcohol here and there, it got to a point I kept asking myself, why do we do this? Why do they do this so much? I asked one guy, like, why?
He advises people to stay true to their goals and not allow the influx of drugs to distract them.
Just to tell you, no matter what you are going through, and while you are trying to ease whatever it is you are trying to ease, where you know it's probably not good for you, you shouldn't take your eye away from your focus or your goal. You need to get that done no matter what.
For that cash for bait coming on Sunday. Charlie House with the bullseye every day. Bullseye with the bullseye every day. I be wild with the bullseye every day.
Well, that's all time is going to allow us to bring to you this evening on the program News Tonight on J1 Television. My name is Patrick Stevenson, and for myself and the entire production team, we say thank you for watching. Have a very good evening.
Which one?
My bro, Jesus Christ. Papa, wa reme boni. Me and yes, me da was you. I bring in my baby girl is gone. My baby girl is gone.
In a sober mood, the Fire for Fire host recounted some nostalgic moments with the deceased.
She was a baby girl, my baby girl as usual. It's my baby girl. So when I see my baby girl, if you are my baby girl, I'm your baby girl. When you see me, what would you do? What would be your reaction? The kisses, the hugs, and the talks, everything goes. You understand? You got it. She's happy, I'm happy. Because when I see her, I'm happy. When she sees me, she's happy. Because we think the same, almost the same.
According to him, he woke up early Friday morning around 4:30 a.m.